right. Welcome to For the Love of the Sport, where our mission is to educate athletes to be their best on stage, but also beyond stage in life. And today I'm interviewing Karah Jones, who is the owner of Angel Competition Bikinis, the leading source of competition suits in the world. Their mission is to make women feel their most confident on stage. And they do a great job of that, I will say myself. So how are you today, Karah?
I am wonderful. I'm so happy and honored that you chose to interview me today for this. So thank you for having me here.
Yeah, well, so I just met Karah in person at the event that they host every year, the Angel Fashion Show. And I got to talk to her a little bit about her business and competing. And so automatically I knew, I was like, more people need to hear about what you do and your business. So here you are. The first thing that I always ask, I always want to know, because bodybuilding is kind of a weird sport. It is like not a mainstream thing. So how in the world did you even first find out about this crazy sport and get interested in it?
Okay, so I found out about this sport in 2013. I had just graduated college and I was I was always really into fitness, but I was looking for a new goal to really push myself outside of my comfort zone because I thrive on that, pushing myself to the extreme. And bodybuilding is extreme. So I signed up for a competition in 2013. Bikini division was still very new at that point. So no one really knew what I was doing. And I just went for it and it was a blast. And ever since then, I've been in love with the sport.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I remember back in the day, like you were competing and you had probably explained yourself 5,000 times, like, what are you doing? Why?
Mhm.
Like, is there a cash prize for this? Like, nope, nope. Just
It
like,
sounds so
why?
awful. Everything we do, like diet, exercise, like all the trainings. And it's like, well, how much do you get paid? Nothing. I have to pay to do this.
Right. Yeah, it blows people's minds. So, how far in were you, I guess, to competing? When did you get the idea to even start Angel Competition Bikinis?
It was actually at my first show. I had a lot of confidence going into the show, but I know once I put my suit on at my first show, it didn't help my confidence. It actually brought it down. It was, so I bought it online from a suit company that everyone told me to go through. And, you know, later that evening, my mom, who sewed all of our dresses growing up, said, "This is really like, I could help you make these." And I was just like, "Oh, okay." And then it's seriously just one thing led to another. 2014, we started our patterns and selling on Etsy. And then now we're here in 2022 and we just finished our Angel Fashion Show, our fifth Angel Fashion Show. And it's been a long journey, but it's been amazing.
That's awesome. I love asking or and knowing why people start businesses because it's usually something that affected them, like some kind of pain point that
Mhm.
affected them that they wanted to change. It's almost always the case. So I love you just didn't like the suit. It didn't make you feel confident. So you set out on your mission. Like it upset you enough probably that you're like,
Yeah.
I don't want other women to feel this way. Like I want them to
Yeah.
feel confident. And that's why you are so good at what you do now, because there's
Yeah.
such a deep why behind the
Well,
business.
thank you for saying that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not only about feeling confident on show day. The confidence I lacked in my first suit was a lot on the journey and prep because I had no idea. There was no customer service, there were no updates. I did not know what was going on with my suit. If you've ordered from us, we're almost annoying with our updates. Like we'll send you a video of your suit along every single step of the way. You get a selfie video. Hey, I'm so and so from Angel. I'm sewing the connectors on, because we do think that's important to keep that confidence in prep.
Oh my gosh, I'm glad that you brought that up because I remember ordering suits back in the day and I would order it and then like nothing after that. You just have to
Mhm.
hope and trust that it gets there. And they wouldn't send you your suit until like the week of your show. So if something's not right, you're like already stressed out. And it's like, okay, I hope it gets here in time and I hope it fits. So take us through kind of the customer's journey, I guess. So they know, like, especially first timers, what to expect, because a lot of girls think that they have to figure out everything on their own. And they come to me and they're like, these are the suits I'm looking at. Which color should I get? What cut should I get? And I'm like, hold on. you just need to call Angel Competition Bikinis.
Yes.
And because I always send them to you guys, because I'm like, I know they'll be taken care of. I'm like, they do this every day. They'll help walk you through this process on what works for you and what doesn't. So kind of just take us through like what they can expect when they call in.
Yeah, so the best advice is to go to our website, and right at the top, it says free consultation. Click on that and schedule a Zoom consultation with Deb or Savannah, Lexi, or Milena. We have 4 suit stylists. All they do all day long is talk to athletes and help them decide their suits. So I definitely highly recommend, even if you've competed before, because they can sit down with your stage photos and look at what color you wore and maybe give you some advice on how to, tweak the pattern, slowly perfect your stage look, as well as helping the first timers. So definitely making a consultation.
Oh, that's awesome. Man, you do Zoom calls now for
Yes.
consultations. That is amazing. Okay, you can't go wrong there.
Yeah.
So,
So you can wear your practice suit and we can like look at it on how it's fitting and get you into, it's really helpful. Everyone's bodies are so different. So it's very helpful to see people one-on-one and make sure, okay, you have 36-inch glutes and you're measuring correct.
yeah. And a question I get a lot is the pro cut allowed? Am I allowed to do this? And I'm like, well, it's not just about the cut, it's about your body and how the pro cut looks on you. So that's really awesome that you guys do like video consultations, because it's hard to explain that to somebody. It's like if you have wide hips and really big glutes, the pro cut might look like a thong on you. It might be
Mhm.
good. But if you're a tiny person with really small glutes, it might be the perfect cut for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's awesome that you guys can look at that and tell them immediately like what cut is going to be best for them and what they're trying to accomplish. So that's awesome. I actually got a few emails from you, I think, on my order status for like stuff that was coming in for the workshop, and it was so cool. So go back into that, like what once they order, what what happens after that?
So after the order gets through, we have Meredith, our customer service. She processes the order and makes sure that she has all the information she needs from the customer. And if she does, she'll go ahead and send the order on to start being created. And a lot of people actually don't know this, but Whitney, I think I introduced you to my mom at the fashion show. I don't know if I did or not, but then my mom has all of the fabric at her house and she gets the order on her computer, and then she cuts and lines the fabric out of her house, which is 30 minutes away. And then she comes in twice a week and brings in that fabric that's custom cut. And then it goes through our processes here. So it's kind of interesting that it starts at my mom's house still. It's
That's
been like that.
amazing. I love that. The quality is there. That's what it tells me. It's like
Yeah.
she's still cutting the fabric, so it's going to be perfect every time.
Yeah.
I just thought of another question that I get asked a lot is girls don't know what to expect, like price wise. And sometimes they're afraid they're going to have to spend $1,000 on a suit to get like the amount of bling that they want or whatever. So what is the price range typically for a custom suit?
Yeah, so the custom suits start at around $200 and they can go all the way up to $600 or $700 if you want it fully crystallized. And I do try to convince people, even if it's your first show, to splurge on your suit and go for that upper price point, especially if you've already spent so much money to get on stage. And if you're just doing a one and done, which I know a lot of girls do, these stage photos you're going to look back on forever in the stage videos. So I mean, you can, yes, spend $200, but know that there will be others out there with they kind of stand out more because their suits are fully crystallized.
Hey, I love how pretty the fully crystallized suits are. Now, judging wise, I do just want to say that like you're not judged on how many crystals are on your suit. So don't think that like you can't compete if you can't afford a $700 suit. But again, to your point, I like that you're kind of like telling people to invest in themselves and splurge a little bit, because honestly, if you are one and done, you can sell that suit afterward and you can still get money back out of it, especially if it has all the crystals on it and it's really pretty. Like a lot of people are going to want to buy that.
Yeah.
And you might not be able to sell it for exactly what you paid for it, but honestly, they do hold their value. Anytime I've sold a suit, I've gotten almost like maybe $100 or $200 less than what I paid for.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You can always, this is in my office. I don't know if you can see this. You can always do something like this.
Ooh,
Put it in the shadow box.
that's, I love that. So it's like a keepsake.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Now this is a question that I get asked, and I don't know if you guys do this. Do you guys rent out suits?
Right now we do not.
Okay.
And we do not sell used suits either on our website. We are looking at trying to add that in the future. Right now, it's not one of our priorities, but we have had a lot of requests for that. So coming up in the future on maybe 2023, we'll start doing some rent or used suits.
Okay. And I know it's always better to get a custom suit so you know it's going to fit that body perfectly.
Yeah.
But it's good to have that option. So
yeah, we like to like make it work. If it's not in your budget, we understand. You know, I bought my first suit right after college and I was a broke new college grad. So I definitely understand.
yeah, yep. I think I spent like $100 on my first suit. It was not great, but a long time ago. So something else that you said when I was at the fashion show, which I really loved, is you're very competitive. And
Yes.
you took kind of that competitive mindset from competing, and it shows up in your business now. So you want to be the best. And
Yes.
I'll just say that that's probably why you guys are the best, and your customer service is above and beyond.
I have always been very competitive. And when you combine how competitive I am with how passionate I am with this business, with making women feel confident, it's a little dangerous because sometimes I'm just so, I know like I want this so bad, you know, to just always be improving. That can be my biggest strength, but also my biggest weakness, because no matter what I do in this business, it will never really be enough for me. I'm always going to push myself harder, but I know that it's a strength and a weakness. And I know that's such a bodybuilder thing, you know, it is never enough, but that's all the fun because I can always be growing and getting better. Every single year, we are always getting better. We are never satisfied. So like the Angel Fashion Show, if you thought it was great on Saturday, just wait because you have no idea how much better it's going to be next time. And every single year will be like that.
Oh, I love that. And that is the entrepreneur mindset, not just a competitive mindset. Because if you've gotten to a place where like you're content with where you are and you're not open to learning and growing anymore, well, then you're going to die. You're going to die off eventually.
Yeah.
Because there are businesses out there that have the passion and the competitiveness that you have right now, and they'll come up and they'll keep advancing and they'll pass you.
Yes.
So I love that. I could talk business.
And, you know, I think I love that. I love that competitive nature of businesses because it really pushes us to make the best products for the consumers, you know? So when we have that competition of other businesses, it's a win-win for everyone.
Yeah, I love that. So do you plan on competing anymore?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know when, but I have not competed serious since starting the business.
Okay.
I know the last competition that I was very serious with my prep was in 2014. And ever since then, I know that my passion is kind of blinders on for the business. And I would love to compete again soon, but I do realize I probably would not have that same blinders on passion for competing. It would be more for, you know, getting on stage for the experience because my competitive nature is in the business and making this business as best as I can. You know, I really love employing local people around Kansas City and growing it as well for the community as well as for the customers. I truly love my employees. They come first for everything. I'm so fortunate, you know, I have a great group of people helping me.
Oh, that's so awesome. And I can completely relate to everything that you just said because people ask me the same question all the time. Are you going to compete again? Which I retired in 2018.
Yeah.
But I mean, that drive is always going to be in me. And I would love to, but at this point, like I'm focused on making the Nashville Fit Show and the workshops and everything I do. Like my mission now is to help other athletes be successful. I've already been there and done that. I feel like if I did it again, it would be for the experience, but I feel like it would take away from my focus on helping other people.
Yeah.
So, and I know like everything you just said, I can completely relate to. So I get it.
Yeah. So you're like me, like I live the lifestyle. I count my macros. I train 7 days a week, six, at least six, but it just takes that extra sacrifice to get on stage that I don't know if I want to sacrifice that energy. I'd rather put that energy into my business, but I will get on stage again at some point.
Okay, well, awesome. So the last question I'm going to ask you, and I ask every guest, what is the best piece of advice you could give to a first-time competitor?
I say go for it with everything. Be bold in your choices. Be bold, be confident, don't half-ass it, go for it and be bold. And, always choose the bigger life because I think a lot of people when they go back and forth in their head, should I compete or should I not? And they get this like decision fatigue. I don't know and they never pull the trigger. So just think, what is going to be the bigger life?
Yep.
Go for it and be bold with it.
Oh, I love that. Indecision is the most horrible thing ever.
Yes.
Anyways, so like decide and commit, go for it. If you don't like it, then at least you know that you don't like it, but you could
Yes.
love it. So
Yeah.
go for it. I love that. Well, thank you so much, Karah. Karah and the Angel Competition Bikini team is going to be at the Nashville Fit Show August 20th. They are also going to be at Fit Show Forum Workshop on April 23rd,
Yeah.
helping girls get their measurements, pick out suits. They'll be there in person helping. So love that coming up. And Karah, if they want to contact you, would they just go to the Angel Competition website or where would they go to find you?
Yeah, if they go to acbikinis.com, and I would say the first step is to schedule that free consultation, both for first timers and returning athletes. We can really help you stand out on stage and make sure that everything on your suit is fitting how it should and how we think the judges want to see it. Because that fit, I know it evolves. The judges kind of change their minds every single year.
The fit is important. I always tell
Yeah.
competitors that is the number one thing. Crystals are beautiful, but the suit has got to fit you like above and beyond. So ACB will help you make sure that it
Yeah,
fits.
we
So
will.
thank you so much, Karah. This has been super helpful. And I know everybody is going to love hearing all about the ordering process and picking out suits. So thank
Yeah.
you so much.
I am so honored to be on this. So thank you for having me.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Talk soon.